Okay, I'm going to see if this will work to show y'all this. If not, you'll never see it because you'll never know. Okay, this is how I attempt, anyway, to apply the glue and get it just in the spots where I want it and not anywhere else, hopefully. Okay, usually once I get one little spot started, then I can add little bitty tiny touches of glue with the end of this little pokey tool, for lack of better words to call it. And I'm going to kind of manipulate the vine just a little bit and get it just exactly where I want it, because I'm kind of using this background piece as like maybe an old wood arbor that's like really weathered or something and not much good anymore. That's the reason it kind of looks like it does. And let's see, that little piece will work there for now. And I think it needs right back there. And this is just tiny touches of the glue, just enough to hold everything into place. And then when I actually glue it down on the card, I'll secure more areas for that. And hopefully some of this is showing because I can't see my phone to see what is and what isn't. And it does not take this glue but just a few seconds to set up. It's just the Aleene's tacky glue. And when I use such small amounts of it, it really does a fast job of setting up. I'm kind of debating on whether I want to, I think I do. I think I want to feed that under there and then back over that. There we go. So I wanted a little more effect of both the branch and the little arbor trellis. That's the word I was trying to say. Trellis thing to show. So let's see. I think we need to put some right there. Get that held into place. And I love this vine and flower set from Elizabeth Craft Designs because it's so versatile, because you can make the flowers look like just about any kind you want. Let's see. Let's bring this one back up over at the top. There we go. And I did all the flowers and the vine piece were all colored using the Color Burst pigment watercolor paints because I just like some of the effects that I can get with them. And I like using more than just the same product so that it gives me a variety of color. So I think that ended up looking pretty good. So let's see. And I've already layered up all of my panels onto my card. And then I did go back and brush the edges of the craft card with Gathered Twigs, I believe it was called. So I think that right there is a good looking spot for this. So I'm going to hold the top into place, and at a wide point of the die here, so I can get a larger area tacked into place. And then that little bit of excess that oozed out, I just blotted off with my fingers because I don't like for it to dry in there. And I used tiny little amounts of glue out at the time mainly because I don't like the waste of having too much out. It's just going to sit there and dry up and then not be usable. And because I use such tiny amounts, it doesn't take a whole lot. I keep the tip of the little pokey tool thing. I think it was called an awl, a stitching awl or something. I got it off eBay. It come from China for like 99 cents. And it has been actually my go-to tool that I use for most of this kind of stuff because I like the tip on it. So I'm just adding some glue kind of randomly to the backs of some of the larger sections of the die. And because it doesn't take a whole lot to tack all of this stuff down. This is how I do most of all of my little small thin things when it comes to working with the dies. Is what I'm doing right now is exactly what I do when I put them together. I get just enough glue there, press it into place, and 99% of the time it's enough to hold that, and it is not going anywhere. So that's how I do it, and that's what I use. And then once I get all of this exactly, too globby, exactly where I want it and in place, then I will figure out where I want each flower to go. And then I'll get them in place. Sometimes my fingers just don't want to work to get back there and raise some of those little areas up. I see one more little spot right here. So I use my little tweezer things to help raise them up. And that's all I'm going to do to it right now until I begin placing the flowers. So I'll see if I can record that part too. Thanks.